Hi, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. It's Thursday, and I am here as I am every Thursday with a Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. Leisha, it's nice to see you here. Glad you're here. Um, Let me just share for those of you who are watching in archive, either on Facebook or on YouTube, thank you for being here. I put out a newsletter every Wednesday called Tarot Topics, and you can sign up for that newsletter on my website, christianagaudet.com. And so what we do every week on Thursday is we talk a little bit about what was in the newsletter and what the newsletter was about, and then we do some readings related to the topic of the newsletter. Hey, T, it's nice to see you there. Hope you're there. Hope you're staying healthy. So the topic of the newsletter this week, and here we go. I'm just making sure I remember what I wrote. It's right here on my phone. The topic is the promise of renewal. And the thing that is so interesting about this week is this is a holy week, a sacred week for many people. It's literally called Holy Week on the Christian calendar. And of course, it's the beginning of Passover. Last night, a lot of my friends did Seder via Zoom. And I'm so pleased that we have this technology that allows us to gather virtually. But man, it's odd, you know? And of course, today is what is known on the Christian calendar as Maundy Thursday. And then we go through the week right up to Easter Sunday. So whether or not you personally have a holiday that you celebrate this week, you know, my theme, of course, is that the holidays are still here. Whether or not we can celebrate them the way we usually do, they're still here. And the spring holidays are spring holidays for a reason. It's because spring is the season of renewal. And no matter what your traditions or beliefs are, we all celebrate, well, all of us in this hemisphere, in the northern hemisphere, celebrate renewal at this time. Of course, our friends in the other hemisphere, it's opposite. But it's always a good time to look for renewal. And I think that during this global crisis, there is no better time than to look for renewal. For those who are sick, to look for the renewal of their health. For those who are afraid, to look for the renewal of their courage. And for those who, like me, and hopefully like many of you, are remaining well so far and are in isolation, you know, there is a certain kind of renewal that we can find in this place of isolation. And for those of you who are out and about every day as essential workers or doing things that you need to do for your family, putting yourself at risk, there's a place where we need renewal of courage as well. So let me say hi to a few people. Celeste, Janet, Liz, TK, Vijayeta, Julie, Jean, Elizabeth, so glad you're all here. Thank you so much. And I'm looking amongst you, and I know a few of you are in that essential worker category or have family members who are in that category. And we're so grateful to you. Celeste, you're a pharmacist. You're out there doing what you need to do for people, and we really appreciate it. Elizabeth, your husband's working in grocery. You know, I had to laugh at we were told by the administration that we just should stop going to the grocery store and the pharmacy. And I mean, it's great if you can do it, but you know, sometimes there are needs, you know? And so, yes, of course, we need to limit how much we leave our house. We should not go unless we absolutely have to. TK, you're an essential person reporting to the office. Oh, and TK, I have to say, your Zumba video with with the Indian music, so good, so good, so good. I loved that. Anyway, whole other topic there. So I'm interested in hearing during this time whether you are either in isolation or out working and trying, we're all trying to stay healthy. We're all trying to do the best we can. Celeste says, yes, I wish people would listen to the government and limit outings. No doubt. Oh my gosh. In the complex I live in, there are people like gathering at the pool together. It's crazy, crazy. Definitely only go out for what you need and try to anticipate your needs so you can go out less. That's the thing here. Absolutely. So we will get through this, I promise you. And a spark of hope for the future, for those of you who haven't heard, tickets for StarCon, Southeastern Tarot Artists and Readers Conference, which will be held in January of 2021, have gone on sale. You can go to the StarCon website, that's STAARCON.com, see some of the presenters we have lined up, and get your tickets. Would love to see you there. Yeah, it's very true, Celeste. I really see in these times that people are dividing into two categories. People who only think of themselves and people who consider the needs of others. And I have to say that these difficult times really do sort of put a sharp point on that distinction. So let's see. What I'm referring to, Janet, is the fact that I think it was a few days ago, Dr. Birx said that for the next couple of weeks, you shouldn't. They're not going to arrest you if you do, but you should stay out of the grocery store, stay out of the pharmacy, don't go out, And there it is. So let's see. Michael Wells, it's so good to see you. I know you've been through a tough time recently. Glad to see you here. And Julie, home only. You're working from home and the kids are homeschooling from home. New house still not unboxed. That's got to be stressful. Got to be stressful. Okay, TK, today I have to help a disabled lady before some curfew or lockdown starts on the weekend. Oh, that's where that's coming from. I don't know about that or what that is. I haven't heard. Would love to hear. Okay, Janet, TK may have information that I don't have. So I would love to hear that if there is something there. Okay. Linda Armstrong is living the dream. Glad to hear it. Leisha, working. I hope you're staying safe. Hey, Ivy, it's nice to see you here. Haven't seen you in a while. Vijayetta, yeah, it's happening in India, so I hear. I hope that you are staying safe. So, bottom line, here we are to talk about this week's newsletter. And again, if you haven't read it, you can find it on my website, ChristianaGaudet.com. And if you go there, you can also subscribe to get my weekly newsletter. So in the newsletter, a couple of things. Jean says walks outside are okay if people are spaced out. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yes. But, if people are running or bicycling, get as far away from them as possible, because if they happen to be asymptomatic and shedding the virus, if they're breathing heavy, that virus is going to come out. Okay, lots more people coming in here. Good to see everybody. Linda, nice to see you. How are things going in Liverpool? Cheryl Watson, nice to see you. Linda Bozaleski, glad you're here. Hey, Dawn, nice to see you. All right. So, a couple things I wanted to share with you, and then we'll do some readings. The first is I wanted every week, I have an article in the newsletter called Cards for Your Consideration, where we consider a particular card or a particular deck or a particular group of cards. having to do with our topic. And this week we are considering the 4 aces as cards of renewal. Very often when we see the aces or an ace in a reading, we think of it as something new, the birth of something new coming in. The aces can also be the essence of something or the source of something. They are like eggs and seeds, which are symbols for this time of year. And so if you are feeling in the need of renewal, look to your aces, do energy work with your aces. And when you see aces in a reading, recognize that this is an invitation to you for your personal renewal. Hey, Joanne, nice to see you. Pamela, glad you're here. Jean, if anyone needs a face shield, message me. I have a contact manufacturing them. Okay, very, very good. So good how the different communities are sort of pulling together to help each other. That's a really nice thing to see, isn't it? Okay, so we have a 3-card tarot spread for finding renewal. And I want to share this spread with you. Those of you who are tarotists might want to try this spread. I'm going to do it as a message for all of us. And so I'll do this reading as a reading for all of us and share the spread as well. So get a pen and a piece of paper, get ready to write it down if you want to try the spread yourself, if you didn't get the newsletter. And then I will do single card readings for renewal for those of you who request, for the amount of time that I have. And I thank you all for being here. Okay, so 3 cards. The first card representing something that we are, or if you're reading for yourself, something that you are releasing in order to be renewed. So if we think about ourselves as a worldwide community, what is something that we are releasing right now in order to be renewed? 4 of Wands, and it's so interesting because the 4 of Wands is a card of gathering together for celebration. So this very literally speaks of social distancing. In order for our communities to be renewed, we must release the idea that we want to gather socially right now. That's pretty funny, right? I love it when the cards are like so on point. Let the second card represent something within you that is waiting to be born. So again, when we look at our global community, what is something that is within us waiting to be born? The 5 of Pentacles reversed, new opportunities and the ability to see opportunities that we hadn't seen before. And this is an interesting thing because even in this time, when I had to cancel my in-person classes, I was so sad. But putting classes on Zoom means that I have the opportunity to work with people from all over the world. So even when we can do classes here again, I'm keeping the Zoom classes going. And just to remind you, I have a Zoom class coming up on April 23rd. It is the Major Arcana, Magical and Mundane. And I hope that you'll be able to join us for that. I also have some free classes coming up on YouTube. Okay, so finding new opportunities in this time and after this time. And the third card, let the third card represent something within you or around you that inspires your renewal. And when we look at that for the whole community, the Page of Pentacles. And so we remember that pages can be about learning. They can be about youth. Pentacles can literally be about the earth. And here's my interpretation. One thing I've noticed is that our lives are completely different right now, but nature remains the same. And I am finding so much joy and hope in maybe slowing down a little bit and watching nature. Now, where I am, I can look out the window. I see the lizards, I see the birds, I see the bunnies, I see the squirrels, I see the flowers blooming. And so inspiration from learning from the earth. And I think, we are sort of looking at this time as a time to really think about sustainability, how we take care of our communities, the people of the earth, and how we take care of the earth itself. So, I hope you enjoyed that spread. I hope you enjoyed those cards and might try that spread for yourself at home. Right, Ivy makes a good point. We are watching nature renew without human interference. Pamela says, actually, nature is even healing from human damage with clearing up air pollution. And I've got lots of requests. He says, yay for Zoom classes. Yeah, absolutely. Celeste says, no deer. We do have Florida deer. They're littler than your deer up north, but I don't have any near me that I've seen. Janet says, I planted fresh tomato seeds and have 1-inch sprouts. Yay. Okay, lots of requests for cards. Linda says how it is in Liverpool, same as most here, queues for shopping. We're allowed an hour exercise a day. Gotcha. And Linda is sharing her reading. Very good. First card, Justice. Second card, Temperance in reversed. And 3 cards, the Two of Cups. So that's really sweet. Okay. Hey, Melissa, nice to see you. Okay, so let's see. I think the requests start with Janet, and I will try to get to everyone who has made requests. Dee, Page of Pence always comes up for me when people are either taking classes or engaged in self-learning. The student card, and we are doing an awful lot of that right now. I just took a video Zoom class with my daughter on FaceTime. No, it's not a Zoom class, a Zumba, that. But, it's great. It's great. So, yeah, good call on that, Dee. I like that. Okay, so 1 card for renewal. I will get to as many people as I can. If you have already put in your request, hang out. I'll get to you. And if you can't hang out, come on back and watch in replay to get your reading. Okay, Janet, a card for Janet for renewal, the 7 of Cups. Remember everything that is possible for you. Remember that everything that you can conceive of is something that you can do and create in your life. TK. 5 of Cups reversed. A lot of your renewal comes from being able to make the best of difficult situations, and you are good at that. T, would love a renewal reading. Been seeing 1111 everywhere since January. How interesting. Okay. T, the 6 of Cups. There's so many possible interpretations. Janet, I did you first. You got the 7 of Cups. Janet, you got the 7 of Cups to discuss your possibilities. Okay, listen and replay. Okay, T. Here we go. 6 of Cups. There are so many ways we can look at the 6 of Cups. But when I look at this for you today, T. McConnell the third, what I see for you, my friend, is for you to look at your karmic, I hate to use this word. I'm a tarot reader who hates words like fate and destiny, but I have no other word for you. To look at your ancestral history, to look at your karmic destiny, and recognize that you have a very clear path. You have a very clear destiny. You have particular skills, particular callings that have always been with you that you must use and go forward with. Hope that makes sense. Didn't mean to be too intense. Just to recap, Janet, for you, 7 of Cups, Janet, all things are possible for you. Recognize your possibilities. Recognize you just have to make choices and go with what you want. Okay, Vijayeta. Ooh, the Empress. So if you have kids, this could be a reference to your relationship with your kids. It could be a reference to a mother or family matriarch and the need to take care of them in these difficult times. But when we're talking about renewal, we have to look at this card having to do with your own creativity, that you are renewed by your own ability to create and bring things into existence. Pamela, nice to see you. See what we got for you. The King of Wands. Pamela, you are stepping forward as a community leader. In that, you will help bring other people to renewal, but also find renewal for yourself. Jean, my good friend Jean. You know, Jean said the nicest thing to me earlier today in text is that she is coming to these videos, these lives that I do now and again, always 3 times a week, sometimes more, making this be part of her self-care during this time. And that just made me feel so good. If any of you find this helpful, inspiring, you know, during normal times, that's great. But during these difficult times, that just makes me feel so good. And I will tell you that working with you in this way is also part of my self-care during these times and always. Okay, so Jean. Tough image, but don't let it freak you out. Oh, thank you for that, T. She's right. This is self-care. Cool. Don't let this freak you out. It came up reversed. This is a good thing. Oh, thank you for that, Betty. Betty says she feels the same way too. So does Vijayeta. Thank you. Thank you, Janet. You guys are so sweet. So, Jean, 10 of Swords reversed. Okay? Your card for renewal is, throughout your life, you have struggled sometimes with overthinking or thinking yourself into a corner. The 10 of Swords is a hard card, but when it's when it's reversed, the swords fall out. And so this is about using this time to renew your spirit by not letting yourself be weighed down by your own thoughts, by your own anxieties. It's about this really being a time of healing for you. And even, you know, taking time for self-care. And that's something you've always been sort of good at, but I think now are even trying to be better at. And I think that card speaks to that as well. So it encourages your self-care, but also very specifically encourages a change in overthinking or anxious thinking behavior. Okay, Celeste. Excuse me, allergies. You know, we people with allergies have a special kind of suffering right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. Celeste. The card that comes up for you is Temperance reversed. And typically I would say, and I would think this would be accurate, I would say that it's hard to be patient right now. And I think that's true for a lot of us, but especially for those people like you, Celeste, who are in sort of a front-facing job. Excuse me. If you're in that sort of a front-facing job, I'm getting some support for my allergies here. Yes. Yes, and the itching face, oh my gosh, so hard. I realize, you know, people are dying. We should not really say that our allergies are hard or that wanting to scratch your nose is hard. But it is. Okay, back to you, Celeste, sorry. So, Temperance reversed. You're in a front-facing job, you're dealing with the public, and you're having a hard time feeling patient. But it is very interesting that temperance is the card of the pharmacist. It's about creating that solution that will help people. And the thing that renews you, Celeste, as much as people are a pain in the butt a lot of the time, you really do like to help them. And I think you do feel good being in a situation where you can help people, even though I recognize that it tries your patience. Okay, hey, Julie. Julie did the spread when she got the newsletter. Well done. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Celeste says, I'm not patient right now, but I'm usually very patient. I'm biting my tongue. You know, it's understandable. It's so understandable. Okay. And Jean says, thank you to the pharmacist. Yes. Yes. Okay. Julie, 6 of Pentacles. I think, you know, as much as there's so much that has to be done in your house, and it's got to be hard to be working from home and monitoring your kids with your house in boxes, this card to me says that you are renewed simply by your ability to manage everything you have to manage and recognize that you are still helping others and able to help yourself and your family. Well done. Linda Rogers. Linda, death. Now, those of us in the tarot community know this is not as scary as it seems. Death is a perfect card for renewal because it talks about the end of something old and the beginning of something new, letting go of something that no longer serves you and opening up to something that does. Okay. Hey, Michael Wells. Michael Wells, I am hoping you're coming to StarCon. I'm just saying. Okay. Michael Wells. Renewal, the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is traditionally a card of meditation. And I think for you, having a strong meditation practice right now would be very helpful to your renewal. Elizabeth, so glad to see you. Elizabeth, 8 of Swords reversed, the releasing of anxiety. Consciously working to let go of anxiety will bring you renewal. And you know, we could also interpret that card as whatever you're worried about, it's going to be okay. Okay. So, Linda, I just, you mentioned the cards you got. I just wanted to look at them in context. Linda Armstrong. We are a Linda rich group today. I think we have like 3 Lindas with us. So, Linda Armstrong, your first card, something that you are releasing in order to be renewed, justice. You know, you can't really release justice, but sometimes you can let go of the hurts that have come to you from unfair treatment of the past. 2, temperance, something that is within you waiting to be born. That is like a balance there. Like justice and temperance are both cards of balance. And we could see temperance as the enhanced justice. So you let go of justice, but you bring in temperance, which brings you that greater and more spiritual balance. And 2 of Cups reversed. Something within you or around you that inspires your renewal, I would say, even though it's reversed, I would make that be about the people you love. And I think the thing that is happening, if you happen to be quarantined with the people you love, they're going to get on your nerves, but they're still an inspiration. Okay, Melissa Grosso. Queen of Swords. Be inspired by your own intelligence. Be inspired by your own ability to do the right thing, and let these things bring you renewal. Okay, Linda Bozaleski, you finally moved. Now more than ever, you're starting that business. Very good. Not letting anything hold you back. You go. Let me give you a card, Linda Bozaleski. Strength reverse. Yeah, don't let anything hold you back. For your renewal, with strength, sometimes we need to be the gentlewoman and sometimes we need to be the beast. Be as strong as you need to be to get what you got to get done, and that will bring you renewal. Lynn Collin, hope you're doing okay. Lynn, for you, Lynn Collin, the Knight of Pentacles, you will find renewal moving forward where your work is concerned. That could be improvement with the current situation. It could be a whole new situation coming in. It's a very practical card, but it will bring you renewal and something better at work. Yay! Lori Hans, so glad that you're here. A card for your renewal, the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card about being very comfortable being alone. Finding joy in nature, finding peace and security around you. I think all of these things bring you renewal. And from what I know of you, that feels pretty accurate. Okay, Cheryl Watson, so good to see you. Cheryl Watson, what brings you renewal is doing the work of justice, doing what you can to make things better for people, doing what you can to be an activist, whether that's on a spiritual level, on a political level, on a creative level. Okay. Hey, Christiana, nice to see you. Glad you're there. Glad you're well. Here's a card for you really quickly. The Queen of Pentacles, you find renewal through nurturing the people you care about. Okay. Okay, looking for more requests. Hey, Nancy Perez. Okay. And Nancy, I think I know that you take care of your mom. And I think you maybe are a mom too. So with the Empress, for you, I feel like, well, there's a couple of things. I feel like you find renewal in the care you give other people. But I feel like you also find renewal in working with the Earth Mother, in your dedication to the Divine Feminine. You find renewal. Now, a couple of people where I didn't see requests, but I believe that you're here. My friend Dee Dunkley. And now is the time. If you're looking for a card, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm just sort of mentally trying to think about who I saw, who I didn't see a request from, but hey, if you're here, I'll pull a card. So if I've missed you or if you haven't asked, now's the time to ask. Dee, I'm pulling a card for you. The Ace of Swords, you're the person who wants to speak your truth, and you find renewal, Dee, through being willing to say what you think and what you know. John, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Yes, we're doing cards for renewal. I hope you're well and healthy, and those who you love are well and healthy, John. What could inspire your renewal at this time? The King of Pentacles, your ability to be there for the people you care about, your ability to do the work that you do. You are renewed by your strength in what you have accomplished and what you are accomplishing now. Dawn, here's a card for you. Three of Cups. Dawn, you are renewed through your community, through your friends, through the people that you care about. Nancy Pianfetti, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Here's a card for you. Nancy Page of Wands, you are renewed through learning and through creativity. Joanne, I will get to you in just a moment. A question from Linda Rogers. So you did the 3-card reading, and let's see. 8 of Cups, so that's fun. First card representing something that you're releasing, and the 8 of Cups is all about releasing. And, so I think, whatever emotionally has been difficult for you, you're releasing. The Devil, this is a good lesson in reading in context. The second card, something that is within you waiting to be born, the Devil. I think that's about dedicating to your passion. The devil is not always a bad thing. And we also have to remember that the devil is the gatekeeper to spiritual enlightenment. And so it could be a dedication to your own spiritual journey or a dedication to your own passions. That's what I would say. And the Knight of Cups, something within you or around you that inspires your renewal, of course, love in all its forms. That's what I see there. Okay, now going back to Joanne Matthew. The Fool. Joanne, you are constantly renewed through your creativity, through your ability to recognize your own journey and be on your own journey. So good. So good. Okay, you guys. So I want to remind you, we've got a Zoom class coming up on the 23rd. If you're curious about my events, you can go to christianagaudet.com and hit the button for events and look at the events. If you're curious about StarCon, you can ask to join the StarCon group on Facebook. You can also go to starcon.com. That's STAARCOM. On my Facebook business page, there are events listed there. We have, as I said, free classes on YouTube and also the premium class coming up on the 23rd, which is a major arcana class. Would love to see you there. And I think some of you have, in fact, already signed up. So I want to thank you all. I will be back at some point tomorrow. I'm not sure when. I'll let you know when I look at my schedule. I will be back with your Friday weekly wrap-up tomorrow. And I do want to remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, Duo, WhatsApp, anything but here in the office right now. And I'm looking forward to the time when I can do that again. I want to thank you all. Take care. Be safe. Be well. Be good. I'll see you soon.